Subtenon injections of triamcinolone acetate. Subtenon कैप्सूल पढ़ाया था, उसी के नीचे subtenon injection of triamcinolone acetate. Triamcinolone acetate, TRIAMICILONE. Step 2 is go for systemic steroids. That means if local steroid is not working, inflammation is not curtailing, then you can go for systemic steroids. Systemic आप oral भी दे सकते हो, systemic आप IV भी दे सकते हो. And then थर्ड स्टेप, अगर ये भी काम नहीं कर रहा है, डू क्रायोथेरेपी. आप क्रायोप्रोब को बाहर से लगाओ और एम ये है कि स्नो बैंकिंग जो है उसके ब्लड सप्लाई को डैमेज कर दो, अपने आप इन्फ्लेमेशन कर्टेल हो जाता है. सो स्टेप 3 इज क्रायोथेरेपी. एंड इफ नथिंग वर्क्स, डू अ पास प्लानर विट्रेक्टमी. जब विट्रेक्टमी कर दोगे अपने आप ब्लड विजन ठीक हो जाएगी, इन्फ्लेमेशन का लोड भी कम हो जाएगा. So step 4 is pars plana vitrectomy. ठीक है, समझ आ रहा है? हेलो, ठीक है. अब तो तुम लोग यस नो नो भी नहीं बोल रहे, यस भी नहीं बोल रहे, कुछ नहीं. मैं 1-2 घंटा और पढ़ा दूंगी, गुस्सा आ जाएगा. हाँ ठीक से बोलो, समझ आ रहा है? देखा, it works well. Okay. Posterior uveitis. Posterior uveitis का मतलब क्या होता है? कोरोडाइटिस. अब सब लोग पहले सुनेंगे, बाद में लिखेंगे. अभी आपको फर्स्ट चैप्टर में समझाया था ना, अगर कोरोइड ठीक है तो रेटिना भी इन्वॉल्व होगा. तो पोस्टीरियर यूवेटिस या कोरोडाइटिस में पहली बात ये समझनी कि कोरोडाइटिस लुक्स लाइक राउंड येलो पैचेस. ठीक है. नाउ दूसरी बात ये समझनी है, along with choroiditis there is retinal inflammation also. Just like if there is more inflammation in the iris की कैपिलरी परमेबिलिटी बढ़ गई ना, वैसे जब रेटिना में इन्फ्लेमेशन होता है तो उसकी कैपिलरी परमेबिलिटी बढ़ जाती है. तो जब रेटिनल कैपिलरी परमेबिलिटी बढ़ेगी तो रेटिना में एडिमा होगा, रेटिना में लीकेज होगा. आई बात समझ में? तीसरी बात, रेटिना ही नहीं, विट्रस भी इन्वॉल्व हो जाएगा, विट्राइटिस भी होती है, ऑप्टिक डिस्क भी इन्वॉल्व होता है, पैपिलाइटिस. पैपिला क्या होता है? जहाँ पे ऑप्टिक डिस्क बैठा हुआ है उस जगह को बोलते हैं पैपिला. सो एनी इन्फ्लेमेशन इज कॉल्ड पैपिलाइटिस. सिंपल. इसके अलावा अनदर थिंग दैट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इज एनी रेटिनल पैथोलॉजी, कोई भी रेटिना में पैथोलॉजी उसको हम लोग 3 भाग में डिस्क्राइब करते हैं. What happens at the macula, what happens at the disc, and what happens at the rest of the retina. You understand? The same edema is retinal edema, the same is cystoid macular edema, and the same is papillary edema. So it is edema, but we are describing into 3 broad headings. आगे बात समझ. तो फिर आप लिख सकते हो, लिखो clinical feature of posterior uveitis. Number 1 is choroiditis, seen as round yellow patches. Number 2 is cystoid macular edema, retinal edema, cystoid macular edema, retinal edema, vitritis, papillitis, periphlebitis. Periphlebitis means inflammation along the veins. Vitritis, papillitis, periphlebitis. Okay, so these are the features of posterior uveitis. Treatment: local steroids given in form of subtenor injections of triamcinolone, the same way we did for pars planitis. वैसे ही देंगे जैसे pars planitis में दिया था, ठीक है. दूसरा, nothing but group of systemic steroids. The second step is systemic steroids. So now if I tell you this patient is presenting with non-granulomatous anterior uveitis, will you be able to tell me what are the clinical features of this patient? Huh? If I ask you that this patient is a case of granulomatous panuveitis, can you tell me what will be the clinical features? So you know now the clinical features of all. You know the clinical features of anterior, intermediate, posterior, how to manage it. ठीक है? Okay, so now the chapter starts. Now what we have to learn, which is more important in asked in exam, is systemic associations. Whether you tell before you claim that ये जो आंख में uveitis मरीज के है, this is idiopathic, this is the only pathology in the eye, you have to check for any other diseases in the body. So unless and until you know what are the diseases associated, you will not be able to check it. So now our learning has become very easy, because we will pick up one condition and just say, in this we get anterior non-granulomatous uveitis. You automatically know how the patient presents, what is the clinical feature, how it is. Okay? So this way I will just keep on telling you the questions that has been asked. Let us start. Number one is arthritis associated uveitis. All the arthritis which is associated with uveitis are HLA. Most of them are HLA B27 and all are seronegative. All are seronegative. What do we mean by seronegative? Rheumatoid factor is absent. And all these present as non-granulomatous anterior uveitis. Put it in a box like this. Names are ankylosing spondylitis, psoriatic arthritis. Psoriasis is a skin disease. Psoriatic arthritis and Retter's syndrome. Have you heard of this? Yes. So what is the triad of Retter's? So urethritis, arthritis and conjunctivitis. Another name which I am writing separately, reason being, it is not HLA-B27 associated, is JRA. It stands for juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, which means any arthritis within 16 years of age. It is of three types: pauciarticular, polyarticular, systemic onset. Pauciarticular means less than 5 joints are involved. Polyarticular means more than 5 joints are involved. Systemic onset का दूसरा नाम है Still's disease. आपको क्या याद रखना है? It is the pauciarticular JRA. It is the pauciarticular JRA which is associated with uveitis. This is the question asked. Another typical point that you have to remember, though I have told you all these arthritis present as non-granulomatous anterior, JRA में जो भी arthritis होता है, जो भी uveitis होता है, वो anterior uveitis बहुत atypical है. In the sense, when I say anterior, you expect pain, watering, photophobia, blepharospasm with all the features which I have taught you. But in JRA, the eye is not red, there is no pain, no photophobia, no blepharospasm. There is a silent inflammation inflammation going on in the child. This is the reason uveitis in JRA is also called white uveitis, because the eye is white. So uveitis in JRA is also called white uveitis. Second condition, write down sarcoidosis. डब्बे में डाल लो granulomatous panuveitis. Granulomatous panuveitis. एक क्वेश्चन आता है, candle wax drippings are seen in. Answer is sarcoidosis. क्या होता है candle wax dripping? I told you posterior uveitis में periphlebitis हो सकती है, which is inflammation along the veins. Vein का inflammation कैसे दिखाई देता है? Sheathing along the veins. Deposition of inflammatory exudate along the veins is called sheathing. ये sheathing sarcoidosis में it is so thick it looks like a candle wax. So you call it candle wax drippings. Next is Behçet's disease. सुना है? Two things you will remember in this. First, they ask you HLA association is B5. It is also called transient hypopion syndrome because बार-बार इसमें hypopion होता है. How does it present? Non-granulomatous, either anterior or posterior uveitis. Next is HIV infection. They ask you in the exam which is the most common ocular manifestation of HIV. Most common ocular manifestation of HIV is HIV-induced microangiopathy. Microangiopathy मतलब small vessels की pathology. तो आपको रेटिना में क्या क्या मिलता है माइक्रोएंजियोपैथी में? कॉटन वूल स्पॉट्स, hemorrhages and microaneurysms. This is the feature of HIV infection. Cotton wool spots are also called soft exudates. Cotton wool spots are soft exudates. Then you can get hemorrhages. Aneurysm सबको पता है क्या होता है? Dilatation. So microaneurysm means less than 100 microns. Secondly, they ask you which is the most common opportunistic infection of HIV seen in the eye is CMV retinitis. What you get is, this is again an exam question, CMV retinitis. How does it present? You have to learn sauce and cheese retinopathy. Sauce and cheese retinopathy. Cheese की spelling तो एक ही. Sometimes लिखते लिखते you get confused. Sauce and cheese retinopathy. Sauce is the hemorrhage and cheese is the necrosis. So stop eating sandwiches now. Okay? So that is why you call it sauce and cheese. Because whenever there is a CMV infection, you have hemorrhage and necrosis in the retina. So that is called sauce and cheese retinopathy. Okay. Next is toxoplasmosis. This is again was a question. Okay. In toxoplasmosis, this is again an exam question. The term we use is headlight in fog appearance. Headlight means round choroiditis का patch. Fog means intense vitritis. So the message here is that retrolental flare जो हम लोग पढ़ रहे थे, वो vitritis toxoplasmosis के infection में बहुत intense होता है. Okay? So you call it headlight in fog appearance. Headlight in fog appearance. Headlight choroiditis ही तो हो गया. Okay, then write down sympathetic ophthalmitis. This is very important topic for exam. What is sympathetic ophthalmitis? When you get a perforating injury in one eye, there is uveitis in the other eye. ठीक है? क्यों होता है ऐसा? Due to autoimmune reaction to the uveal antigen. किस तरह की uveitis होती है? It's a granulomatous panuveitis. Granulomatous panuveitis. A few questions they have asked. First is, after what time of the injury do you expect this uveitis to start? So it is written in the books that the maximum incidence is between 2 weeks to 3 months after the injury that you will get uveitis in the other eye. आपको मेरी तरफ से क्या याद रखना है? You will never get uveitis before 2 weeks. That is more important to remember. Whatever uveitis you get after injury, you get it after 2 weeks of. Another exam question is, what is the first sign and first symptom? First sign in sympathetic ophthalmitis is retrolental flare. I hope now you know what it is. Vitritis. And first symptom is vitritis हो रहा है ना, ciliary body के area में problem है. So the first symptom is problem in accommodation or difficulty in near vision. Now suppose this is not given in your option, difficulty in near vision or problem in accommodation is not given in your option, then the second answer that you will next write is photophobia. If this is not given an option, then you will write photophobia. Another question they ask you is, it's a granulomatous inflammation, I told you just now. Granulomatous, panuveitis है. I told you granulomatous में nodule formation होता है. You have to remember, the nodules formed in sympathetic ophthalmitis are known as Dehlen-Fuchs nodules. This is again an exam question. Where do you get it? You have to answer sympathetic ophthalmitis. It is known as Dehlen-Fuchs nodules and it is seen in, it is a typical feature of sympathetic ophthalmitis. Another condition is Fuchs heterochromic cyclitis. What is heterochromia iris? हेटेरोक्रोमिया का मतलब होता है जब दोनों आंख के आइरिस के कलर में डिफरेंस हो. एक आंख ज्यादा काली, एक आंख भूरी है. Understand? So that is called heterochromia iris. What is Fuchs heterochromic? जैसे हमने JRA पढ़ा था ना, JRA was what? Atypical anti-uveitis. This is again another atypical anti-uveitis. Though it is a non-granulomatous anti-uveitis, but patient will not present with redness, pain, photophobia, no. ठीक है? It is an atypical uveitis. क्या atypical और है इसमें on examination? We will learn it by this figure. First, you get star-shaped capes with feathery ends. Keratic precipitates are stellate or star-shaped. Star-shaped. Stellate capes or star-shaped capes. Second is heterochromia iris. As I told you, is difference in the color. Heterochromia iris. Third is rubeosis iris, that is new vessel due to inflammation. No posterior synechiae ever formed, जो कि एंटीयूवेटिस में मैंने पढ़ा है कि हो सकता है, इसमें नहीं होता है क्योंकि इन्फ्लेमेशन कभी भी इतना इंटेंस नहीं होता कि उसमें साइनिकिया बने. साइनिकिया मतलब एडहेजन. साइनिकिया का मतलब क्या है? गुड. And also write down, because it is atypical, so no role of steroids and mediatrix. You just have to manage the complications. Suppose the patient is coming with complicated cataract, operate it. It is coming with secondary glaucoma, then manage it accordingly, giving anti-glaucoma drugs. But otherwise the patient will not complain anything due to uveitis. Okay? Then write down ophthalmia nodosum. A very big nodule is formed on the iris in this condition. You have to remember why it occurs due to caterpillar here in the eye. This is an exam question. Ophthalmia nodosum occurs due to caterpillar here in the eye. ठीक है? अब पेज पलट के हेडिंग दो ऑक्यूलर रेटिन एग्जाम. 15-20 मिनट की क्लास और होगी तब छोड़ दो. Few important things to know. छोड़ दो, अपने आप पढ़ो. हाँ? कि पढ़ा दो? पढ़ा देना? फिर पढ़ो. पहला है few terms to remember. Number one, what is tylosis? Tylosis. अच्छा हाँ, very good. एक चीज सुनो, पहले जो स्ट्रक्चर समझाया वो समझ लो. Eyelid का margin is one thing and eyelid is another thing. This is an eyelid margin. This is the anterior part of the eyelid margin where the lashes are coming out. This line which is just bifurcating this margin is called the grey line. And this is the posterior part of eyelid margin. Meibomian gland openings are seen in the posterior part. This is the margin and this is the whole lid. This lid is consisting mainly of tarsal plate. And inside this tarsal plate is the meibomian gland, which is a sebaceous gland. ठीक है, इतना बेसिक समझ गए. अब पढ़ते हैं व्हाट इज टाइलोसिस. थिकनिंग ऑफ द लिड मार्जिन इज कॉल्ड टाइलोसिस. व्हाट इज पोलियोसिस. पोलियोसिस, graying of the eyelashes, whitening of the eyelashes is called, or graying of eyelashes is called poliosis. ठीक है? And I have already told you what is trichiasis. Misdirection of the eyelash. And then tell me what is dystichiasis. Dystichiasis is extra row of eyelash. An extra row of eyelash is called dystichiasis. Another term is madarosis. What is this? Loss of, not absence. Loss of eyelash and loss of eyebrows. दोनों को ही बुलाते हैं madarosis. Loss of eyelash and loss of eyebrow, they are known as madarosis. Then what is hordeolum externum? Hordeolum का मतलब होता है swelling. Hordeolum externum is also called style. Okay. What is style? Inflammation of the hair follicle. Staphylococcal infection of the hair follicle along with gland of Zeiss and gland of Moll. Style is defined as staphylococcal infection of the hair follicle along with gland of Zeiss and gland of Moll. MOLL. Okay? How to manage a style? You go for hot fermentation, oral anti-inflammatories. And sometimes you have to do epilation, remove the hair follicle. Or the hair, sorry, remove the hair follicle, sorry, remove the eyelash. I use it. Remove the eyelash, that is called epilation. So it is hot fermentation, oral anti-inflammatory and removal of the eyelash. Yes, epilation. Then what is hordeolum internum? Hordeolum internum, अच्छा एक चीज और, because stye is mainly staphylococcal infection of the hair follicle, so it is presenting as painful swelling at the lid margin. This is the margin, na? This is the lid. I just told you this is the tarsal lid. So it is a painful swelling which is at the pericardium lid के margin पे होगा. And what is hordeolum internum? Hordeolum internum is acute inflammation of meibomian gland. कहाँ है meibomian gland? यहाँ पे tarsal. So now what you get is painful swelling on the lid, somewhere here. That was at the lid margin. This is at the lid. ठीक है? So hordeolum internum is acute inflammation of the meibomian gland and manifests as painful swelling on the lid. This is more painful than stye. Treatment: oral anti-inflammatory, oral antibiotics. Chalazion. What is chalazion? Chalazion is chronic granulomatous inflammation of the meibomian glands. Granulomatous inflammation of meibomian glands. Acute inflammation को क्या बुला रहे थे? बाकी लोग बोलो. Acute inflammation को क्या बोल रहे थे? हाँ. और chronic inflammation को क्या बोल रहे हैं? Yes. So how will it present? Painless swelling on the lid. This will present as painless swelling on the lid. How to treat it? You do an incision drainage, number 1, or you go for intralesional, lesion के अंदर intralesional injection of triamcinolone acetate. That is your chalazion. Intralesional injections of triamcinolone acetate. What is blepharitis? Blepharitis is not inflammation of the lid. It is inflammation of the lid margin. ठीक है? इसमें डिफरेंस है, इसीलिए इतने शायरी अंदाज में समझा रहा है. खाली बोल देंगे इन्फ्लेमेशन ऑफ लिड मार्जिन, भूल जाओ कि क्या इसमें दोनों में डिफरेंस है. इसलिए बता रहे हैं इट इज इन्फ्लेमेशन ऑफ द लिड मार्जिन विच इज कॉल्ड blepharitis. Now this is divided anterior and posterior according to which part of the lid margin. Part posterior to the gray line, this is involved. This is meibomitis. Meibomitis is also called posterior blepharitis. And if this anterior part is involved, you call it anterior blepharitis. Any anterior blepharitis is further divided as squamous and ulcerative. Squamous means dandruff-like structure at the base of the hair follicle. Dandruff-like क्या dandruff ही होते हैं. Dandruff at the hair follicle. This is called squamous blepharitis. Ulcerative is due to staphylococcal infection. What is ectropion? Outward turning of the lid is called ectropion. Inward turning is called entropion. You are going to learn the names, only the names of 3-4 surgeries done in both ectropion and entropion. Write your SW. Okay, the only question which has been asked in so many years is, Wheeler's operation is done in. Answer is entropion. So just know the names, that's it. No detail of the surgery is required. So don't read it. Is it okay? Good. So that ends our session today. Finally. Okay, 9:30. But everyone is supposed to be present at 9:30 here. No late coming. I will not allow. Please first listen. Don't run away like that. Sit down. You all are supposed to come at 9:30. You all are supposed to have a good night's sleep because tomorrow morning we are going to have even heavier chapters like neuro-ophthalmology, optics, retina. Okay, they will be little more heavy for you all. That's why I'm not taking it today. We will take it tomorrow morning. So everyone should come fresh and everyone should come in time. Yes?
Yes.
Say thank you. Good, go. I have to start anyway by 10 o'clock. Very sensible around 4:30, 5 minutes. Not more than 9. I think it is right.
बॉबीज ने चॉकलेट खाया, गजरा खाई,